Now that you're familiar with the activities on Mangahigh, let's go ahead and assign them to your students. To begin with, start by making sure that you have your correct class selected. Once you're happy with that, we'll click on Assign. Now everything on Mangahigh is organised based on the curriculum of your choice. So let's just say in this case we're teaching the Year 6s, and I'm going to click on the Content strand followed by the Content substrand and find the activity that I actually want to assign to my students. So click on, for example, Recognize Square Numbers and click on Assign, and you can choose the start date, the due date, as well as whether or not to have the timer on or off. So if you want to turn it off, just click on it and it gets grayed out and that's turned off. As for the students, you can actually choose which students you want to assign this task to. Once you're happy with that selection, we'll just click Done. Now it tells you that the assignment is active, so your students, when they log in, they can see it on their to-do list. Now remember how we spoke about activities on Mangahigh being Prodigy activities as well as Games activities? So there are two folders to differentiate these. So anything that says Games are Games activities, or anything that doesn't say Games are Prodigy activities. Assigning Games is exactly the same. So click on the activity again and click Assign. Now in this case there is no option to turn off timer, but other things you can do like selecting who you'd like to assign the task to, start date and due date, and clicking Done will set the activity active. Once you're happy with those selections, your students are ready to jump onto Mangahigh. One last thing I'll show you when it comes to filtering through activities. You can click on the top right corner and use the filters and say, right, I'm only interested in Prodigy activities today, for example. And you might click on the curriculum course and say, I'm interested in Year 8, and so forth. Again, same thing. Once you've found the activity that you want to assign, simply click onto the activity and assign it. Now the next thing I want to show you is how do you actually print off your student logins. So if you click into Admin, you can from here go ahead and select the class that you're working with. So let's just say we're working with 8G. Simply click Print and a PDF is generated where you can print off and distribute your student login so they can now log into Mangahigh. Another thing you might like to do is to actually split your class up into multiple groups. So to do this, stay in Admin, stay under Classes and click to plus a new class. So we might call this class 8G and perhaps they are the red group. Select the curriculum focus for this class. So 8G red might be focused on Year 6. Now because we are looking to move students from an existing class to this group, we click to select one student as a new login. From there, what we'd want to do is actually delete that new student that's been created. And now you end up with an empty class. Now let's move your students from an existing class to this class now. Find your student from their regular class 8G, and let's just say we want to move Michael Jamison into this new group. Click the pencil where it says Change or Add Class. Click and select the new class that you want to place Michael into. Let's say we want to place Michael into 8G Red. Click the tick to say we're happy with that selection and click Save. Once you've done that, now Michael belongs to both 8G and 8G Red. So the next time you want to assign tasks to this subgroup, make sure that you have 8G Red selected before you go ahead and assign the task.